What's going on, guys? I'm Rocket, and today we're going to be talking about console commands. Now, I know a few of you are probably not very keen on console commands, and that's okay. If you don't like using them, if you think it's cheating, don't use them, that's okay. But there's some really useful ones that I use in a lot of my videos that actually make a lot of my game look a lot more beautiful, a lot more color intensive. Are you okay there, Beans? You just want to come along for the ride? Beans is going to be here with us. Yeah. And so I like to use these console commands because they make my game feel more realistic to me. And they change a little bit of the color and some things like that. So we're going to discuss some of that stuff today. If you're like me and you've been avoiding this biome because of how dark and how grey it is between the day and the night cycle, I have a trick for you that might just change the way that you feel about this biome. So if we have a look over here and we look at this factory, it doesn't look that... It looks kind of colourful, but it looks alright. We can see over here how... grey this area is over here as well. So all you have to do is you bring up the command console, pressing the tilde key, and you type in r.Color.Grading space and then 0. And instantly you can see how much the color has changed. Even on this side here, it's so much brighter now. Heaps brighter, more vibrant. It actually feels like a normal biome that you could actually build in. Here's also another example of how bad the color grading looks with it on inside the new cave systems. So this is clearly with it on. And off. Look at that. It's so much better. Straight away. On. Off. The color in this cave looks much more natural with it off. I don't know why they decided to add this filter over everything. And personally, it's not to my taste, but, you know, it does make things feel a little bit darker and a bit more eerie, but the lighting now in this cave looks much more natural without the filter on, and I personally prefer this a lot, actually. Give it a try for yourself. There are also some other little console commands that I like to use as well, which I use to make my videos look really nice and clean. One of them is the fog off. So r.Fog 0. Clearly you see the fog on now. Now there's no fog. Some people prefer it without the fog. Some people prefer the fog. It's up to you. I prefer to play the game without the fog. I think the game looks beautiful without that much fog on. And you can clearly see there is still a little bit of fog just over here anyway. I don't really know how to turn that off, but for the majority part without the fog on, I think the game looks much cleaner. Another good console command I like to use is one that actually increases the draw distance over a long distance. So if you look at this glass in the distance for now, I'll show you. You'll see eventually the glass is gonna render. It'll pop in. There it goes. So I don't like that. And I have a very big graphics card, right? So if you have quite a lot of graphics memory, like more than 12 gigs of VRAM, this probably would be for you. So foliage.LODDistanceScale, and then the number that you want to change it by. So the default is 1. I'm going to put mine up to 10. You can see how immediately the glass has changed here. Even if I zoom in a little bit, you can see, clearly we can see all the way through that. It's rendering the glass properly, all the way. There's no pop in. Not only does it render glass properly at long distance now, but it also helps to render the trees and the trains and the rocks and all of the other objects in the game. It helps to render all of them properly at long distance. Everything. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you know any other useful console commands and you want to let me know, we have a Discord where you can share that kind of stuff with everybody else as well. or feel free to message me privately, it's up to you, or even leave them in the comments below. Either way, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.